Now, I know a lot of people are wondering, like me, how much can I earn as a tour guide or a tour director?
You know, it's funny. It can be very lucrative, and this is another, like, it's a big secret in our industry on how much it can be made. And it's hard for me to give exact figures because there's so many different types of tours, there's so many different types of employers. It depends on the location, it depends on the type of tour members you have and such. But in general, just to give you some general figures, starting with local destination management companies, often start, they're trained tour directors. If you're not trained, they'll start lower, but if you're trained, most of their tour directors make about $20 an hour, which isn't bad for starting and going to Disneyland for the day. Oftentimes they'll do long days for several days during the program, so they might work during the day and at night, and so they're getting time and a half. And they may have, like I said, some very long days for several days, and can end up doing pretty well. If they become leads, they'll make more than that. I was offered $300 a day as a lead. I think they're making more than that now. Then receptive services, which is a way to get experience, probably the lowest pay is probably $10, $15 an hour. And that's where you're meeting the groups at the airport, sending them to the ships and such. But it's a way to get experience, and it may not be forever and looks good on your resume, and also builds a lot of confidence. Now, when you're actually on the tour, most trained, professional, experienced tour directors expect to make at least $250 to $350 a day, and that's times 7 days a week. My tours were usually 22 to 27 days at a time, so it's times that many days. The way we make that, and you know, many are making more than that, 400 and such a day. But again, that would be with experience. So I don't want people to think they're just going to start out making that kind of money. But we're making salary. We get a daily salary starting the day we leave till we get home. We're making gratuities, tipping, and the tour operators will promote tips to the tour members, and 99% of them do tip if you're a good tour director. And so it depends on your salary. It depends on the tipping. Now, if you're working with a company that, say, you have tour members from countries that don't tip as well as U.S. citizens, oftentimes they'll give you more on your commissions. But most should be making, if they're trained, experienced, $250 to $350 per day during their tour. So it can, and like I said, occasionally we make more than that. So it can be very lucrative.